Regardless of the procedure type, cardiac surgery remains difficult as far as its operation on a moving organ, contains blood, of course, and it's vital. There's no place for mistakes. Any mistakes means the life of the patient. On the other hand, it's shared organ during the surgery between the anesthetist, surgeon, perfusionist, and it is very sensitive for electrolyte derangement. Approaches for the cardiac and great vessel surgeries. The main and the commonest incision for the cardiac surgery is median sternotomy, through which most of the cardiac defects can be surgically repairable. But others, like right posterior lateral thoracotomy, can be used in cases of palliative surgery for congenital heart diseases, or left posterior lateral thoracotomy in cases of aortic defects like PDA, coarctation, interruption, and others. Minimally invasive surgeries like submammary incision for mini CABG. Endoscopic approach recently has been applied. Clamshell incision for cardiopulmonary transplantation. Cardiopulmonary bypass machine. It's a machine that bypasses the blood from the right and left side of the heart, and it also composed of thermal regulator, oxygenator, and filter. So the basic components are pump, oxygenator, filter, thermal regulator. According to these, cardiopulmonary bypass machine can be used for other purposes rather than the cardiac surgery, like veno-venous bypass in case of liver surgery, in treatment of hypothermia, in period of asystole, as assisted device for the ventricle in case of ventricular assisted device, or it can be used as an oxygenator in cases of ECMO. Rationale for the use of cardiopulmonary bypass machine. During cardiac surgery, cardiopulmonary bypass machine provides the surgeon with a clear field for the cardiac manipulation and maintenance of the pulmonary and hemodynamic stability. The objective of heart-lung machine is to provide enough flow to maintain a sufficient cardiac index for the tissues. The addition of cardioplegia allows the surgeon to work in a motionless and bloodless field. The addition of hypothermia to the cardiopulmonary bypass machine has been standard practice since Bigelow demonstrated improved tolerance of the entire tissue of the body to the ischemia accompanied by hypothermia. The cardiopulmonary bypass circuit, composed of venous circuit or conduit, drains blood from the venous system circulation, usually a cannula for blood drainage inserted into the right atrium with openings for the inferior vena cava and superior vena cava. Second is arterial blood return, returns oxygenated blood back to the body via arterial cannula, most often placed in the ascending aorta. In the middle, pump oxygenator is run by the perfusionist, provides oxygenation and means of providing various elements to the patient during the surgery. Sites of arterial cannulation. Most commonly, ascending aorta is used. Other places, arch of aorta, right subclavian femoral artery, and some rare cases for the de-airing of the cerebral perfusion, superior vena cava as an arterial cannulation used. Components of cardiopulmonary bypass circuit. Venous drainage, bicaval or two-staged in right atrium, reservoir, pump, prime solution, which is a balanced solution composed of colloid, mannitol, bicarb, heparin, oxygenator, bubble or membrane oxygenator, heat exchanger, arterial inflow, cardiotomy suction, ventricular venting, filters. Steps of cardiac surgery with the use of cardiopulmonary bypass machine in a simplified way is as follows in sequelae. Heparinize, insert cannula, connect to the line that already prepared, go on bypass, demand for the required temperature, cross-clamp the aorta, give cardioplegia, do the procedure, no more plegia is needed, reward, remove the cross-clamp, stop cardiopulmonary bypass, remove the cannula. Monitoring during cardiopulmonary bypass use, this will be done by the coordination between the perfusionist and anesthetist. Includes monitoring of perfusion pressure, venous return, urine output, temperature, blood gas, electrolytes, ACT, clotting time, PO2 and PCO2, ECG activity, if any, time for the diplegia, transesophageal echo in cases of valvular surgeries, EEG in cases of total circulatory arrest. Hypothermia principle. Generally, during cardiac surgery and bypass use, there will be alteration in the blood pressure and decreased tissue perfusion. To overcome this, body temperature should be decreased to maintain the decreased metabolism and to prevent hypoxic tissue damage. Most important tissues need to be protected throughout this procedure are the brain and the heart. And the rule for the hypothermic principle is Q10, which means any decrease in the temperature 10 degrees, there will be decrease in the metabolism of the body and the tissue by 50%. Techniques of hypothermia, there are many, but commonly used is HLFB, which hypothermic low flow bypass, or there might be DSCA, which is deep hypothermic circulatory arrest or total circulatory arrest. One of the important variants of cardiopulmonary bypass use is the total circulatory arrest, which can be used during the repairs of great vessels and certain congenital heart lesions. Involves complete temporary cessation of perfusion, including brain perfusion. It is vital to ensure profound hypothermia, 15 centigrade, as well as decreased cerebral oxygen demand by applying ice around the head. To speed this process, many medication can be used, like corticosteroid, mannitol, thiopental, phentolamine. And to monitor EEG, you should have a complete silence of EEG. Cardioplegia is a solution of dextrose and potassium mixed. The elevated level of extracellular potassium increases the transmembrane potassium gradient, which will inhibit cellular repolarization of the myocardial muscle cells, by turn preventing myocardial muscles to contract. Another type of cardioplegia is blood cardioplegia. A little to know about the cardiac physiology. Cardioplegia inhibits myocardial muscle contractility. However, this will normally be reverted over time, 15 to 20 minutes, by the unique ability of cardiac muscle to utilize anaerobic pathway to produce high energy phosphates for the muscle contraction. As a result, cardioplegia should be administered periodically to prevent cardiac contraction. Routes of giving cardioplegia. Commonly used antegrade through the root of aorta. Others retrograde through the coronary sinuses, or it can be given direct ostial in cases of aortic valve surgery after aortotomy.